Hi, welcome back to the channel, and today I thought I would talk about a bit of photography stuff. I sort of asked on my Instagram the other day what people might be interested in listening to, seeing, whatever, and general feedback I got was basically whatever I'm interested in. So I spent a lot of time doing photography, so I thought I'd bring you a little bit of photography content. And today I thought, this is a question I get asked a lot, what's your favorite lens? So let's get it out. Now, it's my rucksack at the moment, the one that I carry around most of the time. And in there, I normally have a little timber bag. It's actually just falling apart. I've had it for a while and the Velcro needs sorting out. But in here, I have this lens and a couple of others. I normally, at the moment, I seem to end up carrying around prime lenses, which are fixed focal length lenses. But the lens that I seem to use most of the time, and definitely it's probably my favorite lens, is this. And it is the Sony, that's the Sony, and they have teamed up with Zeiss for their lenses, and it's the 55 f1.8. Now, I love f1.4 lenses, and this was the first lens that I bought that sort of changed my mind on lenses, so the aperture, which is basically how blurry you can get the background. Because most lenses, like I had Canon stuff and I had the Canon 50mm f1.4 before, and if you open that all the way up to 1.4, it wasn't that sharp, like it was like kind of sharp. So it was only really sharp at about f2, so I didn't really use it wide open, which was, kind of annoying, but that's what I thought it was all about. So you have to, a lot of people would be buying a 1.4 or something so that it would be sharp at 1.8 or 2. Now this lens was the first time I'd use a lens that was just sharp, wide open, bang, like perfect. And so this is sharp at f1.8. That meant, because most of the time, let's say you're shooting car stuff or people or those sorts of things, you don't actually really want to be shooting at like 1.4, 1.2, definitely at sort of a 50mm length, because you might get, it's very difficult to nail focus unless you've got some sort of eye autofocus or something, but just their eyes, because if you focus on their nose, their eyes aren't in focus. And cars, if you shoot super wide open, you only get a tiny bit of the car that's in focus and the rest of it's blurry, and actually you want a bit more of the car generally. So I found that I was shooting, and I looked back through all the data on in Lightroom, and actually what you can do, there's a website, I'll find it somewhere, link somewhere there, where you can drag your Lightroom catalog in to this website, and it just pulls the information out of it of what lenses you use the most and all that sort of stuff. So that's how I knew I used this one the most. And I used to use zooms all the time. I still use zooms quite a lot depending on the task at hand. But if I'm just to grab one lens to shoot cars, it's this one. And 55, I don't know why it's 55, not 50. 50 seems to be the commonly accepted length that people go for, but Sony made the 55. And it just does everything. Like, you can take pictures of people, you can take pictures of cars. It's about the right focal length for a car to look really good. If you start going wide, if you go wider than 24, I think cars start getting distorted and you lose the shape. So some people love really like crazy wide shots, but on cars they just look wacky, and I sort of love car design, and I hate it when it gets a bit warped. But every now and then you bust it out for some funky looking photos. But that's it basically. I have a polarizing filter on it. I never put lens caps on my lenses. It's just personal choice. They always live in a bag or sort of in a Velcro pouch type thing, so they never really get damaged. And I have polarized filters on pretty much all my lenses. And what that means is, I can polarize them, but also the main element, glass element, is protected. And because of that, I normally just chuck them in a bag or whatever. They get sort of used and abused, and these Sony lenses seem to be pretty tough, super sharp. In fact, the amount of sharpening I used to add in post, I now pretty much don't do with the Sony lenses, because they're so sharp, and you get to the point where the pictures are almost too sharp. Now, is too sharp a thing? I don't know, but that's that. That is my favorite lens. for those that are asking, the Sony FE55 1.8. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that little insight into some of my photography. It's a question I get asked all the time, so I thought I'd just do a little video about it. If you like these sort of photography related videos, leave a comment down below, let me know whether they're interesting or not, and I will do more. It's something I can film quite easily, and I sort of spend a lot of time thinking about and a lot of time doing. So I get asked a lot of questions. So I feel like I could probably answer some things for you guys. Anyway, if you like it, like, subscribe, and follow, and see you in the next video.